Guys, in this video we're going to paint the little fishy on the fishing pole. So get your canvas out and ready. Scoop some of your paint onto your plate. I've got red, bright yellow, white, black, and blue. You're going to need a jar or a cup of sorts of water to clean your brushes. An assortment of brush sizes. And a towel to dry your brushes after you get done rinsing them in your water. So I'm going to get us started with the background. We're going to do everything around the fish and the pole, blues and whites. So I'm going to just mix up a little bit over here, a little bit of this darker blue, and I'll be using white as well. So I'm just going to start by just brushing it on. I start with the blue. I can switch and use some white. I want the paint to be streaky and choppy, all different shades of blue all over. So just take your time, just getting it all spread out all over, just alternating on your brush. You don't need to clean out in between. You need those colors to blend. You just alternate, picking up a little bit of white on your brush or a little bit of blue on your brush. Just go around your little fishy. And if it gets too blue, I just took a bunch of white just so that I get a little bit more different shades of colors throughout my background. So there's my white. Take a little bit of blue and just back and forth between the two colors, getting everything filled in. And I may have been better off using a smaller brush, especially around the fishy. But I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna go around the pole. You don't have to be perfect around the pole. We can touch it up later when we paint it. I'm gonna switch to a smaller brush to get around the edge of my little fishy here. He's got some little details that are hard to get in. I've kind of gone over my pole, but I see where it goes for the most part. I'm just kind of smoothing out my strokes a little bit, just taking some blues and whites back in, just to kind of make a little bit more sense of my random brush strokes every which way. Maybe some some more white, just whatever. And I just work it around until it blends in. We just have nice dark spots, light spots all over. Looks cool. I like it. Okay, I'm going to blow this dry, and I'm going to put in some waves or splashes with darker blue. So I want this to be nice and dry. Okay, so to make my darker blue, I'm going to use my medium-sized brush. That should work fairly well. And I'm just going to take a little bit of red, mix it with quite a bit of blue. And I mixed it right on my light blue spot, which is fine because I'm going to just add a little bit of white to it as well. Just a little smoosh. Just a little bit. I got this nice dark blue. And I'm just going to come in and make like big swirls. So here I'm going to come up, just do this nice great big swirl. Maybe make it fatter on this side. I just don't want to go on top of my fish. So just be careful that you don't get over onto your fish. Just get that filled in nice and even. Once you've got it filled in, for the most part, I am going to have you take a little bit of white just on your dirty brush. I'm actually going to scrape off because I've got so much paint in it from mixing my color. I don't want that much paint, so just a little white on my brush. And I'm just going to blend that through that big swirly thing. And if you want to use a smaller brush, feel free. How about another one that comes up here off of this one? Can make it a little fatter. This would be easier if my canvas was the other way, but I think it would be confusing for you to see it upside down. So I'm trying my best. And again, just scrape off your excess paint and take a little bit of white. And blend the two together. How about one over here? Kind of just blobs right into that one. A little bit of white. And do another one right beside it that comes up a little bit more. White. And how about a nice long tall one that just kind of here. And I'll fix this up a little bit better. A little white. So we've got crazy waves kind of up and around the fish. I'm gonna let that dry, and later we're gonna put some white on. So that kind of breaks it up a little bit, makes it look a little bit cooler. While that's drying, let's paint our fish. I'm gonna paint his whole body kind of a yellowish orange color. So I'm gonna take just a little bit of red and mix it in with a lot of yellow, and then add a nice scoop of white. So we get this nice golden, oh, I got a little blue in my brush. I'm gonna stir that in, and then I'm gonna wash out my brush better. Okay, so I've got this goldeny yellow color. Maybe add a little bit more white to it. And I'm just gonna paint my whole fish body. Not the fins, but the body. Go around the eyeball. And then the fins, I'm going to do more of an orange color. So I'm just going to take a scoop of red, stir that in, right into that yellow. I'm going to paint the fins. This one overlaps right into the body. Then with my smaller brush, got this little small square one. I'm gonna take a little bit more red, stir it into a little bit of my orangey color. I had a little bit there, I just stirred it into. And just gonna kind of brush it on just a little bit around the outside edges. And then take my orangey color and blend it. So a little of the red, kind of a little around the edge. Then you could take a little bit of your orange and just kind of blend it. And you need very little paint on this tiny guy. He just yittle. And then same on this big one. I'm gonna kind of swoop it down to get like a little bit of texture. And then just take the orange and blend it a little bit. Just right on top, just go right over it. And then around the edge with a little bit more of the red. So we got the tail. Very cute. I'm gonna paint the eyeball white. And then on the fins, I'm just gonna brush in some little lines for a little texture. And same with the big bottom one. Just very little, skinny little lines. And we should be good to go on our waves, those splashies. They should be dry enough for us now. I'm just gonna take white paint in my kind of square, small brush. And I'm going to put swooshies right through, right on top. And you can kind of put a few, like 2 on some of them, just so that it gives it a little bit of movement. Don't want too many, don't want it to get too busy, but that looks pretty cute. If you want to add in some more waves, feel free. I feel like I could do something maybe over here, like it needs one more that goes off the edge, maybe. I'm just taking my blue, putting in one more. It's really hard to get at. I can blend it with the white like we did before. And then I should probably wait for this to dry before I put the white right on, because it's probably gonna blend. If I do it quick, I'll be all right. There. Okay, let's do the fishing pole. And we're going to do that orange with a little bit of black. So I'll show you how to mix that color up. So we want it to kind of look brown. So we got orange over here. We're gonna make up some more red and yellow. Be a little bit more yellow. Got this orangey color. I am gonna stir in some white. A little bit more red. I want it a little darker. We got this nice dark orange. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of black and stir that in. This is going to kind of make it murky and give it kind of like this brown tint. And that's a good color for the pole, excuse me. And I'm just gonna paint that in. So the tip is skinny and then it gets wider as it comes out. Just don't, I'm gonna get my smaller brush to get just the tippy tip, and I want it to come right over top of his mouth. So when I put a line down, it will connect. Okay, I'm gonna do a white line right below it for the line. So water in my brush, a little bit of white paint. Well, it's got a little yellow in it. That's okay. White paint, I need a little water. I just stir it in, dip it in my jar, stir the water right in. And I'm going to do a line that comes right below my fishing pole. And then I'm going to come down and right into his mouth. Might be easier to go up. That way we know we're lined up and can adjust it at the top. I'm gonna put some little eye holes or whatever they're called, like the little eyelets that hold the fishing line. I'm gonna use my same little orange brown color here. And right here, I'm just gonna do a little dash where it's holding the line on. Right here, a little dash. And then down at the bottom, another little dash where it's holding the line. And then a little bit more black and with some of my orange. So it's kind of very, very murky. I'm just gonna put a little bit of a shadow, maybe a little bit more black. Just a little on my pole. Maybe a little up here. Just sketch it in. Okay, now I'm gonna work on my fish a little bit more, give them some scales. I'm gonna make a very light yellow. And get a little bit of clean white. So give yourself a little scoop of white if you need some more. On your little cup. So I want a very light yellow. So a little bit of yellow mixed in with a lot of white. I should have put the white somewhere else. Oh, I'm gonna get all those colors. A little bit more yellow. So I just got this nice light buttery yellow. And I'm gonna make a curved line under his head. Gonna put a little highlight on his lips, little swoops of the light yellow. And then just some scales. So just some loops, like the letter U for the first row. Then the next row in between, I'll start right in the middle so it's easy to see. I put a U, and then in the middle of this one here, I'm gonna start my next U and connect to the middle of the next one. So I'm gonna go from here in the middle, loop, and then connect to that other one right in the center. And the same idea all the way across. And I start in the middle, and then I can just go right to there, right to there, right to there. I'm gonna fill in the whole fish body with scales. And for the eye, we're going to put his little eye in. I'm just going to take my little brush, some black paint, and just put a little black pupil in there. So just a little bit of black paint and a little black eye. And I think he's pretty cute. I think we're done. So when you are finished, go ahead and sign your name. I'll do mine right down at the bottom in the right-hand corner. I'll just do like a light blue maybe. I've got water in my brush, some of this white, a little blue. Water stripping, let me get that in there. And I'm just gonna write my name down here in this right-hand corner, right over top of everything. And done. When you guys finish, take pictures because I want to see your finished work. I love seeing what you guys have done. There's a post pinned right at the very top of my Facebook page, Willy-Nilly. You can share there and I can check them out. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy painting with me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks.